new device called the Joovv Go. We're gonna unbox it for you live, but I'm getting a little notification here that says the stream might be buffering a little bit. So what I'm gonna do, as always, we're gonna check into the feed, and I just wanna see how our sound is, how things are going, and then we're going to unbox this thing live here. So give me one moment. Thanks so much for being here, friends. I really hope you... we're gonna unbox it for you live. It actually looks... A little notification here. It looks good. So it looks good on my end. So if there's any streaming issues, buffering issues, things like that, let me know. But before we unbox the Joovv Go, let me just go over a few things. So in the YouTube description below, there's a lot of information about photobiomodulation, an interview that we did with Wes over at Joovv. I've shared with you also over the past year my blood work, pre and post blood work, but wanted to bring Deanna on because our goals, my goals as a male for using the photobiomodulation, Deanna's goals as a female are totally different.
Right.
I care about hormones, you care about?
Well, aesthetics, really, as I age.
So skin health.
Totally normal. Yeah,
so skin health. So Deanna's really want, you know, I mean, as a woman in your 40s, like you care about skin health, all that sort of stuff.
Sure, yeah.
And I've kind of shared anecdotally before, what have people, so we bought the Joovv exactly a year ago. It was February of 2018. You've been using it way more consistently than I have.
Yeah.
What are people at the office saying?
They're just always commenting on my skin. They're just saying like, what are you doing? Have you changed your skin products? You have this glow, your skin looks more even toned. And yeah, I've noticed too, definitely, but I've been doing it every morning for the last, 6 months you said?
Well, we've had it for a year.
A year, gosh. And every morning for 12 minutes on the front, and not only does it wake me up, but just, I've noticed an evenness and a glow to my skin, for sure. Yeah.
Full body, it's naked. I can share with you guys a picture of it. So it's mounted on our wall. So that's like the bigger version. Again, and just small side note, guys, this is not a paid promotion. We paid full price for that unit because I did meet with Wes and so forth. They sent this one for free, but they just said use it if you want. But I wanted to unbox it. I want you to see this because this is a part of our life. Just like we do sauna, just like we exercise, we do low carb, high fat style diet. You know, we wear blue light blocking glasses, like all this sort of stuff. And I just got this in the mail too from our buddies, Dr. Jason Fung and James DiNicolantonio, their new book by Victory Belt. There's links below. It has some really, really cool pictures and diagrams. So it's called the Longevity Solution. But let's unbox this and let me just check the feed one more time here just to make sure that we're doing good. Good evening. Everyone says it's going good. Sound is okay. Video is okay. How does red light therapy hold on before you unbox it. Let me just check and see here. I don't know if Joshua Webb is joking, but he says, how does red light therapy at Planet Fitness compare? So for those of you all that don't know, Planet Fitness is one of these gyms. I've only been to their gym once in Manhattan because if you want to just do like a day pass of like a gym in New York City, you have Equinox and they won't let you in unless you go with a member. I went with Max Lugavere. He let me in on his behalf one time. There's a 24-hour fitness. They charge you $30 downtown Manhattan. And so my only other option, because I didn't want to spend $30 to just do a chest workout, I worked out at Planet Fitness. When you go to Planet Fitness, there's signs everywhere that say, no dropping weights, no grunting, no moaning. This is like, it's a very liberal gym, like everyone's equal, everyone's on the same level, and all this sort of stuff. So I think Joshua Webb is joking about this. So anyway, that's funny, guys. All right, so we're gonna unbox this thing, and then this is live, this is uncut. So Deanna, why don't you put it here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and film it.
Skills here.
Okay.
Let me know when.
Okay. All right, let's unbox this thing.
All right.
So she's unboxing the new Joovv. Flip her on the other way.
It's going to come out this way. There we go. All right.
All right. Let's hold it up so I can see, please.
Ooh, pretty. Here we go.
All right.
Get rid of the box.
Yeah, get rid of the box. Okay.
Wow, I like the packaging.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Let's dive into it.
Here's the back.
Nice.
Want me to open it?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Don't break it. No, I'm just kidding.
I know, it's so pretty.
So we're doing this live, guys. We're unboxing the Joovv Go.
Want me to open it?
Yeah.
Okay, box.
Okay.
Lots of little. Okay.
What do we got?
Ooh,
Wow.
that's cute.
Yeah.
I like it.
So there's a little charger in there.
Yep, little charger.
Is it a USB? USB 3?
USB. Yeah. Let me just take a look at the charger. So, okay, this is where with that, and then there's your charger.
Okay. So I'll plug it in. Why don't you hold it up and kind of show it to everyone, then I'll turn it on so we can kind of look at it here. Let me just take, I love technology. I'm sure you do too. Let's just make sure we're on the frame, and it looks like I've made the camera angle too shallow because I zoomed in, so I'm gonna zoom back out. All right, so why don't you hold it up, Deanna, so people can see. And let's plug it in to see how much more or less power.
All right.
Okay.
She's ready.
So, so it's not too heavy. So initial observations, it's not very heavy. It feels like, and let me just check out the case. Let's just do this is honest review live. I didn't really plan to what I was gonna say. So where would I put this?
Backpack.
So, you know, personally, when I travel, I have a ton of crap with me in my bag and all this stuff. So this, gosh, I have camera gear that's bigger than this. So this feels really light. Like I could put this in my bag, no problem.
Yeah.
In my backpack. So that wouldn't be a problem. I mean, I worry that would it be totally protected? I guess you'd be a little extra careful.
That's a hard, I like the cover is durable, very durable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, well, let's turn this bad boy on because I want to see the output. Now, here's the advantage of bringing something like this on the road, guys. I shared with this as an Instagram post, and maybe I could find it as I'm talking right here and then just kind of share it with you. Circadian rhythms. This has been a key theme that we've talked about on this YouTube channel for a very long time. A lot of us, unfortunately, are not getting enough, good light, right, in our life and so forth. And altered circadian biology, and I'm just grabbing the quote here that I can kind of share with you guys right now. Let's see if it'll pop up here. So long story short, a lot of us focus on macros, we focus on exercise, we focus on time-restricted eating, intermittent fasting, and so forth. But as many of you know by now, your circadian rhythms, your circadian biology plays a huge role in your hormone regulation, leptin secretion, ghrelin secretion, appetite and cravings and all that. And individuals with circadian rhythm imbalances have been, studies have actually shown, are more likely to be overweight. So here's a diagram that should be popping up on your screen here in just a moment. And gosh, what's going on with this? I just want to share this with you guys because I think you might think that this is pretty interesting. So here's actually a study. I just shared this on my Instagram. So if you guys are not connected on Instagram, definitely connect with both of us. dr.muscle on Instagram, and I'm at Metabolic Mike. But studies actually show that circadian rhythm imbalances are tightly linked with waist circumference, obesity, and all these different things. So as I was alluding to, one of the things that you kind of want to keep in mind when you're traveling is that your circadian rhythm might be perturbed because you're in different time zones. Maybe you stayed up late, you partied, you had things, alcohol, things like that, right? So this can be helpful because this can really entrain your body's circadian rhythms. Mm-hmm. And I will say that I think Deanna's circadian clock is much tighter than mine. Like you're up every day at like 5:30, where sometimes I'm at 6:30, sometimes I'm at 5, sometimes I'm at 7, like I'm all over the place. Mm-hmm. And the difference is in our morning routine, I try to be as consistent as I can with this, but you're way more consistent with me. Mm-hmm. So when you're traveling, guys, you can still stick with your morning routine of getting photobiomodulation, getting that good light therapy by using this device. Now, I don't know how bright it is. We're gonna turn it on and I'll let you decide. So,
would you just put it on your face though? Obviously you can't do your whole body with this thing.
Well, to be honest, like me personally, I would do face and then also
the most important part is the face, but like also for the eyes, and there's got to be something. My eyesight also, I've noticed, has gotten a lot better.
Really?
Yeah, I've always had pretty good eyesight, but honestly, I thought there was a time around when I turned 41 that I needed glasses, reading glasses, and I've been opening my eyes.
When wearing the Joovv Light?
Yeah, and my eyesight is really good. I don't think I need glasses anymore.
Isn't that great?
It's just, yeah, it's great.
Super neat.
So it's definitely done something to my eyes. So.
All right, I'm trying to move around this these cords here. So give us a quick second, guys, and we will have the cords.
This is really cool.
I'm super excited to, experiment with it. Yeah. We'll travel, next time we travel is at Low Carb Denver. So I'll be there. I wish I would have had this when I was skiing last week, because it would have been really cool, because my sleep was totally jacked up. All right. So, all right, everyone can see.
Yep.
So it's a simple USB-C. So that's a new USB 3. I wonder if it'll hold the charge. Let me read that, but let's turn it on.
You're facing it. I'm waiting.
It looks like it might need to
oh no,
charge a little bit.
Oh.
Okay.
I want to show you guys, but
well, it's doing this thing. Let's read what the instructions say here, because we're unboxing this live. I mean, this is ready. This is live here. So let's see here. You know what it is? It's there you go. Okay. So you charge it, and then it probably doesn't. Wow, that's really bright. So I would say this is as bright as the normal Joovv. That we have the big one, the Joovv Duo.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I think it's actually a little bit brighter. Because ours doesn't. This is all of it's red, and then ours has it's scattered.
It's got a fan. Right? Can you guys hear that? I'm gonna put
it. Feels so good. There's
hold on. Shh.
I can hear it.
So you can hear the fan. This is wow. This is really
you guys,
well
there's
built.
warmth with these too. So in the morning when I'm freezing, and I'm naked in front of this thing, the big one, it warms me up in the morning. And I'm sipping on my coffee while in front of the Joovv and meditating and going through my daily. It's just
it's a good morning routine.
Good part of my morning. Gets me going for morning
wow, that is
bright. Cardio. I love it. That's great.
What? I'm more inclined to use something like this because it's mobile.
Yeah.
I mean, what's cool about ours and what's convenient, it's right by our bathroom, so we can stand naked. And let me share with you the picture. Not of us standing naked, but I want to share with you how it's set up, because I think you all might think this is kind of interesting. It was pretty easy to set up and so forth. So I'm just going to send a message to myself, so it'll get on my computer. So just give me one quick second. It will drop, and you guys can see this. And so I'll show you kind of where the deal is located.
Sure, our neighbors just love watching our windows light up red in the morning. I'm sure they think
it's really bright. I mean, it's super.
I don't know what's going on. What
are they doing? It's not letting me do that. It's not letting me show the picture. But what I can do is just go in front of the camera and show everyone. So
cool.
Here's what it looks like.
It's really cool.
Hopefully you guys can see. Right, so it's the bigger Joovv unit, and essentially it's hanging right by your bathroom. Okay, so if you guys can see that, that's what it is. So I think it's cool. So long story short, there's links below where, full disclosure, it is an affiliate link, right? So you are supporting the channel. We get a very small kickback on this. It actually does really help our channel. It helps us do stuff like this and travel. So I'm grateful for using. If you decide to get the Joovv, please come back and check these affiliate links. Now that I've seen this, how bright it is, I think this would be a nice way to test the Joovv. To see if okay, is photobiomodulation, am I gonna make this a part of my lifestyle, make this a part of my routine? Because the entry point, I think this is around $400, $500. I actually should have looked online, but I didn't. So it's a nice entry point. You can travel with this. For those of you that have condominiums and apartment complexes, maybe you're not gonna have room for a big Joovv that we have, the Dual Max. I mean, that's a great device. We use it a lot. But this thing is bright as heck, man.
Yeah, it's good. And
that's
I could feel the heat. It was actually warmer than ours, which is good. So feels really good.
Yeah, that's really neat. So let's see here. What else should we talk?
There's a little pamphlet in there with questions.
That's really cool. So it comes with a pamphlet on what it does and using the Joovv Go and this and that. I just wanted to see, is it also the near infrared and the red? Oh, you know what, guys? So they do have an app now. And so on their app, what you can do is you can control the length at which you're going to use the duration. So let's say you want to meditate or you want to lie down or whatever. You can control how long it is with their app via Bluetooth. Here's what's kind of cool for those of you that are using the Joovv photobiomodulation for, say, hormone enhancement, things like that. I mean, not to be too graphic, but you could put this thing right by your gonads, right? So both men and women, like you could put it right there while you're working and let it do its thing. Because to be honest, like sometimes holding your testicles and stuff in front of the Joovv, I don't know, it's like sometimes you just want to stand, you don't want to sit there and do all that. So with this thing, again, we just got it, but that's how I might use it.
Yeah, sure. Just let me know and I'll clean it off after, Mike, okay?
Well, that's the other thing, right? I mean, come on, most people are using their phones in the can, okay? So
Right.
I don't think that's as bad. Let's see if we get some questions that are coming in here. So what sort of questions do you guys have? And thanks for being here as always, friends. So let's scoot over a little bit because the camera is kind of...
This way?
Yeah, there we go. Someone says, nice waffles. Thanks for being here. Spy21, hello from Wales. Hello from Fort Lauderdale. Looks good. Wow. So what else do we got? Hello from Brazil. So someone says, hello, I was just watching an older Prima Health video today, Prima Health Edge. Tristan, we're fans of him, where he was using red light therapy. Yeah, so I think a lot of people in the wellness space are using this. But one thing that we're kind of doing differently, I guess, that I haven't seen people do is do pre and post blood work, you know, and so that's one of the things that I've been trying to like share with you guys is just to help you better understand. Like, I'm a huge fan of being very objective about things, blood work, labs, things like that, to make sure that these things are working. Do you Mew, Mike? I don't know what Mew is. Joshua Webb says more info has been coming out saying limit indoor blue light exposure. So this is a really good point, Joshua Webb. You bring up a good point. So let's say right now, let's pretend that it's about 8 o'clock at night and I have to do some work, guys. Let's just say I have to check some emails. This is actually really common. So what I'll do is I'll upload or edit a video and then let it export overnight so that you guys get it first thing in the morning the next day. Now the thing is with that screws up my body's circadian rhythms. And I learned a tip from Wes over at Joovv. So thanks for sharing this tip. And so yes, your phone is emitting a lot of crappy light. Okay, so one way you can mitigate that is to change the color profiles on the phone. We did a video with that, okay? Nick Pinot, we did a video, we talked about how to do that. Now the other thing you can do is now if you look at my phone, how blue it is, and then when I shine this light on it, it helps to mitigate some of that blue light and negate it, right? So this is another thing that you can do is you can shine this near your eyes so that if you are working on a phone or you're working on a computer, it can help to mitigate some of that toxic light. So that's just something that you can keep in mind.
It says to wear glasses initially just until you get used to it, which I'd advise with this one especially. It's definitely brighter than ours, so.
Yeah. So that's another thing. So you can put this on around your computer if you're doing computer work, guys.
It's cool, gosh, it sounds cool.
So let's see what other questions you all have. You two should have kids, if not already. We already do. So it looks like Van Phillips, you're new to the channel. Our daughter has been on this YouTube channel and is featured on our social media, mostly Instagram, extensively. So would love for that. Someone says flicker rate. I don't know about flicker rate on this, but that's a good question. Someone says shine it on the testes. Yeah, dude. I mean, look, you could you could shine it right there, man. So that's you can get down with that. Faith Olin says, what about krill oil? Deanna, you might need to fill in a little ad lib because I do need to share with them something.
Krill oil, okay. Well, Mike's grabbing that.
So some of you all are, I actually haven't publicly announced this on the channel. We've kind of talked about this, but we have our own product line. So I created Myoscience Nutrition. I started it in 2012. The idea came about in 2012. The idea of Myoscience with an X is if you break down that word, muscle science. So as many of you know, you want to be fat adapted. You want to burn more fat for fuel. Where do we burn body fat?
Well, you tell me.
In our muscle tissue, right? So obviously our brain burns body fat, our heart burns fat, but like no one has really lost 100 pounds like reading encyclopedias or learning a foreign language or learning how to play the piano, right? We lose weight by becoming more fat adapted and causing demand, causing that that pressure, if you will, to burn fat through muscle tissue. So that's the background about myoscience. So we just launched this yesterday, an ICOS certified, an International Krill Oil Standards Group. That's the ICOS. It's a division of the IFOS, the International Fish Oil Standards Group. Remember, they third-party test fish oil and krill oil for heavy metals, residual solvents, organic pollutants. They also look at label claim, and they look at the oxidation, the anisodine, and the peroxides. And so we have this clean Antarctic krill that has phospholipid-bound astaxanthin. Many of you know that is a fat-soluble antioxidant. So if you're looking for krill, there's links below this video, or you can just go to myoscience.com. That's myoxcience.com. Learn a little bit more about that. I didn't expect to talk about Myoscience Nutrition, but I had this just in case. We just launched the new Autophagy Enhancer Bundle Pack. Okay, so there is a link below for this, which features a berberine and the monoglyceride-based fish oil. Okay, there will be more education on that. So just wanted to let you guys know. And the long and short of it, I guess since we're here talking about this, since someone did ask a question, is I've been in the supplement industry as long as Dana has known me, since 2006. So I'm working and partnering with high quality raw material vendors and manufacturing suppliers. So as many of you know, as a consultant, I've helped other doctors, some of the biggest names in the natural functional medicine space, develop their own brands. And that's why I started Myoscience, because I had all these relationships and I was like, dude, I want to leverage those relationships to help you get better deals and really cool stuff through buying power and economies of scale. So that's where we're at. So just letting you know about that. Again, krill oil, here's what I recommend with different fish oils and krill oil is I rotate them in. Just like you rotate your foods and your protein and your workouts, you don't want to have krill all the time because, you know, it's actually fairly low in EPA and DHA. But what's cool about it is it's a phospholipid-bound EPA DHA, meaning that the omega-3 fats are delivered through a different mechanism. Whereas traditional fish oil is delivered there's three different types. You have the monoglyceride fish oil, which we do offer. You have the triglyceride-based fish oil, and you have ethyl ester-based fish oil. Most of the fish oils that you're buying on the market are either an ethyl ester-based EPA DHA or a triglyceride-based EPA DHA. It just has to do with the backbone of the fish oil. But what we offer, again, at Myoscience is a monoglyceride-based EPA DHA. It's enzymatically cleaved under CO2 compression. And it just helps, basically, if you don't have a gallbladder or you have sluggish digestion, those free monoglyceride-based, chains of EPA DHA are better absorbed. So that's kind of the difference on the absorption rate. So
I'm learning. Great
question there. Jacob, this is another great question. Jacob says, is krill oil better than fish oil? So I think, hopefully, Jacob, I did kind of answer that for you just there. So it really depends on the context. I think people with that have never eaten fish, because there's people, you have patients, they're like, I don't like fish.
Yeah.
And they don't like fish. Or a lot of people, when they buy fish, they go to Costco.
Right.
And they don't know if it's wild caught or whatever. They just see like, oh, salmon's healthy, I'm gonna buy salmon. But if it's Antarctic salmon, guess what? That is, or it's actually, no, it's not Antarctic salmon. What do they call it? The farm raised salmon. I can't remember. There's like a name for it. I can't remember. There's a name for. I'd have to see it because I never buy farm raised salmon. But you can tell just by looking at it, the quality of the flesh is not very good. So remember, farm raised salmon, they're given, guess what? Soy. They're given canola. They're given the same crappy foods that we are taught not to eat. So think about that when you're buying your fish, right? You want the wild caught, free range, and so forth. So if you've never had fish before, you're not a fish eater, and you don't have grass-fed meat, I always suggest just starting with a good fish oil. We do offer the monoglyceride-based fish oil. You can start there. It's enteric coated, so you're not going to get burping and stuff with the fish. And then after you've done it for 2 months, then you can do krill oil for 1 month and go back and forth. That's what I generally recommend.
So 1 month on, 1 month off.
And the amount of astaxanthin here is 2 milligrams. So remember when I rolled my ankle, it was 2012. Nez was born. We were in Sun Valley.
You were carrying her, I think. Yeah.
I was screwing around doing some crap, and I rolled my ankle, and I thought it was like we had just gotten to a cool hiking place in Idaho. Rolled my ankle. And I normally bring a bunch of supplements, but the only supplements I brought was like our Myo Relax and this krill oil. Which is why I brought on krill oil to the Myoscience brand. So my ankle was totally effed, right?
Yeah. I thought it was broken.
I thought it was broken, swollen as hell.
Yeah.
So I took 12 of these a day, right?
Did you
so
really?
I took 6.
Wow.
And then by the end of the second day, we were back hiking again.
Yeah,
like
fine. I was like, this, wow.
It was crazy because,
Yeah.
so the astaxanthin is a really powerful antioxidant. And so I think so to answer the question that came in, I think from Jacob, when to use krill versus fish oil. Why you should look at krill, particularly if you get a high quality krill like the one that we're offering for using the K-Real raw material. It has the phospholipid bound astaxanthin. That's a powerful lipid soluble antioxidant. So that's where, like if you were a former smoker, if your occupational exposure is such that you're exposed to endocrine disrupting chemicals and toxic pollutants and things like that, you have high blood pressure, astaxanthin can be helpful.
That's good to know.
Yeah. So, but I personally re-rotate them all the time. And I think that's good with all your supplements. Hopefully that helps. Someone says, Keto Classic says krill oil tastes better than fish oil. Ooh, you're brave.
You chew them?
I would disagree with that, but more power to you, man. Maybe the fish oil that you've taken is not that high quality. I don't know, but I think that krill oil definitely has a very unique taste to it compared to fish oil. Like it has a different smell. You're not gonna, let me see.
Can I take one now? Let me chew it. Dare me?
I wouldn't chew it.
Well, I should.
And here's the thing with fish oil or krill oil, friends, you want to take it with a meal.
Yeah, you can definitely smell something there. Yeah, I'm gonna actually wait till I have something to eat later.
I don't take oils, they make me burp up the ocean. Samuel Spade, well that's because you've never taken enteric coated oils. So we have a money back guarantee. If our Monosorb makes you burp and it burps fish and it smells, we'll give you a full refund on that because it's enteric coated. Enteric coating is it's a natural shellac resin that actually helps the fish oil be absorbed in the small intestine. So, there is mixed data on fish oil, and I think part of that is the individual, right? If you're taking a very susceptible long chain fat and putting it in a hydrochloric acid environment where it's just sitting stagnant and there's, really like south to north motility. So your gut the motility should be north to south, like from top to bottom. But a lot of people have bioreflux and there's stuff coming from the small intestine into the stomach and all that sort of thing. So what's cool about the enteric coated fish oil is it doesn't really break down into the small intestine, so you're not going to get any burping of fish oil. But when you get a lot of this cheap stuff over the counter, it's a very thin coating. You don't know if it's IFOS certified, you don't know if it's oxidized, things like that. So if you burp it up, it's going to smell. So that's a good point. Yeah, Joshua Webb, Atlantic salmon. I had Antarctic on my mind and I couldn't think of the word Atlantic, even though it sounds so simple. So thank you for that. Someone says I take both. Yeah, great thing. Samuel Spade, why take oil when you can eat liver? Great, wonderful question. Well, liver is only as good as the animal's environment and the animal's nutrition, right? So just remember, in humans, when they eat grains, they get non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So if you're eating liver from an animal that was eating grains, you're going to suspect that it probably also has fatty infiltration within the liver. It's not going to be the healthiest liver. So number one, you always want pasture-raised, grass-fed, free-range liver from whatever animal. Remember that Jared and Jessica gave us that liver from the deer.
Oh my gosh, it was like game changer.
Yeah, so normally we get liver from the grocery store and stuff like that, or our cattle rancher that we've been working with that offers pasture-raised, grass-fed. It's been good, we've been happy with it, but when we got liver from the deer was like just shot.
Yeah, I mean, I would have eaten it raw.
Yeah, it was that good.
So good.
But the question here, Samuel, is liver is not a super concentrated source of omega-3 fats, okay? I don't want to disappoint you, but I don't know what research you've been looking at. If you were eating brain of an animal, that would be super concentrated in DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, the long chain omega-3 fat. But if you're eating liver, that's great. There's a lot of good nutrition in liver, but it's not necessarily like the super concentrated source of omega-3s. And again, what you should do is just go to omegaquant.com. All of you should do this and get your omega-3 index tested. That way you'll know if you would be a beneficiary of taking fish oil, because this is a way to quantify your cells, particularly your red blood cell omega-3 index, to see you know, if you need fish oil or not. And so you really want your percentage on your omega-3 index of EPA, DHA to be around 8 to 9%. Most of you, I'd imagine, around 4, unless you eat a lot of fish, which is interesting. Jacob says, tuna fish is good for you. There's good and bad. You want to have tuna in moderation. I used to have, you're not going to believe this, I used to make tuna shakes.
Ew.
Like in the blender.
That's so disgusting. Why?
This was just a thing. Like bodybuilders were talking about this in the early 2000s. And
ugh.
And you know, I did my heavy metals.
disgusting.
So I did my heavy metals. So I used to do this all the time. So I would just take water, put a tuna fish can in there in a smoothie, and instead of protein, this was when I was really big. I was about 230.
Did you sip on it, or did you just
I had to
chew
chug it because it tasted like shit.
So you're not chewing, which is another...
Well, it's blended.
I know, but you still want to chew your smoothies.
Yeah, I know, I guess. But anyway, long story short, friends, tuna, you got to catch the good with the bad, right? Because it can be not so good.
I like it once in a while, but yeah.
All right, Sam, we'll see you later. Rob Bacon says, I'm back. What are we talking about? You know what? The conversation is... The whole point was to unbox the Joovv Go, talk about photobiomodulation. Links are below, and stuff like that, guys. So Reza says, New Brunswick wild sardines in BPA-free can for $1. Wow, I would love that.
Wow.
Deanna was just in Ontario. So Reza, I'm curious to know where you're from in Ontario. Deanna was just there. So
It was so cold.
Was it really?
It was so cold.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You can see my fan.
Cool. Well, friends, thanks so much for hopping on. Hopefully you enjoyed that unboxing, and catch you on the next one. All right, guys. Really appreciate being here. If you enjoyed this, just hit that like button. If you want to give photobiomodulation a try, I would recommend starting with this because this is very affordable. Links are below, and you can kind of like dabble into this whole kind of emerging field of photobiomodulation, see how it affects your body and your biology. And as always, I like to track and test things, do blood work before, do blood work after, see how things work for you. But it's part of our lifestyle. We love it, so we thought you might like it too.
Definitely.
All right, we'll catch you on the next video.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. The thing's cool.
It's really cool. It's warm. I could feel the heat.
I'm gonna leave it out.
Yeah.
Cool.